Roblox has been a part of my life for quite some time now. I've been here long enough to bear witness to the eradication of tickets. In just one night I went from MLG baller to a noob with 0 bucks to my name. Created by David Blaine, the site is a sandbox with a diverse list of games such as Build to Survive, Build and Survive, Build a Boat to Survive, and even Stock Rise, where you can invest in stocks and be flooded with Robux for your accomplishments. Horror games weren't as common as they are now, probably because the only things you could make in the older versions of Roblox Studio were unremarkable fighting games. I would have also joined in on the fun of making games, if not for my pea-sized brain, not being able to comprehend the runic language that was the Roblox Studio layout. Now with the improvements of Roblox Studio, there are a plethora of horror games to play, you'll just have to find them. Though there are a few on the Discover page, you would have a better time just using the search bar. In order to uncover the most terrifying games on the website, I searched far and wide to unearth the best that this site has to offer. I definitely didn't just search horror and wait. Is that row beats? Rhythm games are one of the scariest forms of torture. But such an easy difficulty is no match for an elite Osu Mania champion such as I. Shit. In this episode of the Nanny, Fran has gone ape shit and is murdering everyone. The very lengthy how to play section says, baby. Find tools to solve puzzles. Hide from Nanny to avoid being captured. Nanny. Capture babies. Don't let babies to solve puzzles. This game basically boils down to running, camping, and dying. Sounds familiar. Camping seems to be a way of life in this game. If you're the nanny, all you have to do is camp the door where the tools are and the babies will come to you. But if you're the baby and you manage to get the nanny that just so happens to be Jeffrey the slinging slasher away from their guard post, then all you have to do is camp in the vents until they run out of patience. But the vents won't help you for very long. There is a time limit until they close, and when that happens, unless you're a Chad like me and can outmaneuver the nanny within the tiny map that you're placed in, then you're out of luck. The nanny's mechanics were a bit confusing at first, since the how to play page was vaguer than the release date of Petscop 2. You get 2 items, a bottle, and a single trap. Thanks to my outstanding comprehension skills and my basic instinct to press the left mouse button whenever I have something equipped, I was able to deduce that I used both of these items incorrectly, basically handicapping myself at the very start of the game. As you can see, I was a little stumped on the baby capturing method, but it turns out you just have to touch them. I didn't know this was a Catholic church. Being the generous person that I am, I decided not to turn over to the dark side and left the objectives unguarded, but that bit me in the butt real nice. I only caught 2 people that round. All in all, I rate this game a 10 out of 10, and would never willingly play again, but it might be fun with friends, if only I had any. I didn't finish the game. There is a maze in the 3rd stage that I just couldn't beat. The monster was standing right in the way of the exit, which kinda made me rage quit. I just didn't have the brain capacity to memorize the map, to be able to play Ring Around the Rosie with the cat in the hat. So I'll be using Nature Vikings video. Bewildered currently only has 1 chapter that is split into 6 parts. There is the house, a park, a cave, and the house again, but in the future times 3. We first arise from our slumber and are presented with Walking Simulator 2022 and a hate crime. There's a jump scare from our mother who's outside in the middle of the night, probably doing some nefarious deeds, then we're sent back to bed. Continuing from seemingly the most pointless gameplay in gaming, it is now 20 years in the future by a closed gate that leads to a park. Here is where we meet a park ranger who may or may not be under the influence of some of the exotic plant life from around the area. He lost the gate key in one of the restrooms, and we are tasked with finding it in order to get to our house. In my humblest opinion, traversing a very dark park to get to your abandoned home in the midst of slashing hour is a great idea. After getting the key, we walk up a hill so wonky that I got stuck multiple times. We are then rewarded for our hard work with a jump scare so scary that I didn't even see it. After walking across a bridge and up another wonky hill, you'll see a generator and be blessed with another jump scare that's so loud it could rival Jeff's jump scare in Jeff the Killer the Game. And again in my playthrough, I didn't even see it. I'm starting to think I may have problems seeing. Once the generator is activated, part 3 starts with us entering a cave. Must be the scenic route. Here is where Walking Simulator 2022 starts anew. This is probably what our grandparents meant when they said their journey to school was difficult. Looks like Gramps was living life on hardcore mode. What a true Minecraft connoisseur. Then there's the dreaded maze. Nature Viking was able to get past it pretty easily, so now I'm beginning to think I'm not so cash money after all. Wow, how cinematic. Part 5, because who needs a part 4, is where all the action happens. Returning to your house after 20 years, for an unknown reason. We first have to take an elevator that wasn't there before, up to the hallway from PET, in order to find a key within one of the newly generated rooms. There is, of course, a gym bro, who looks like the kid from Bully became a roid monster. Red doors are scattered throughout the level that you are able to hide in, like a pussy. There are also white doors that sparkle. In those doors you can find keys that lead to more keys, to eventually find the security room key to unlock the elevator that leads you to part 6. The final part starts after you enter the elevator. In this new area, you're being chased by a tall woman, very scary I know. You have to collect 3 relics to use as offerings. To who, I have no idea, but it's nearly the same as the previous levels. All of these mazes are giving me a headache. This game is decent, but it's easy to get bored. I'll probably revisit it when more chapters are released. Hopefully, some of my confusion would be cleared up then. Cheese Escape Horror Chapter 2 Fanmade is one of the greatest masterpieces that has graced the site of Roblox. This game has clear inspiration from the critically acclaimed horror game, Slender and the Ink Machine, but takes the concept to a whole other level. Here in front of your eyes is one of the scariest games you will ever see. Instead of being chased by a well-known but overused antagonist, we are instead hunted by the rat from the classic movie, Ratatouille. Playing this gem allowed me to meet one of my idols, Dio from my favorite show, Kitchen Nightmares. The game begins after caressing the holy cheese of wisdom. Cheese. You are then thrust into the cheese wasteland, where the cheese beast resides. In order to leave this prison, you must gather 9 pieces of cheese and ascend to the surface. The gathering of said cheeses should only take a few minutes, but me and my room temperature IQ, and I live in Antarctica, took an extra 20 minutes because I was lost. As you can see, mazes aren't really my area of expertise. I had a few close and very nerve-wracking encounters with the Rat Lord, but I got out alive by the hair of my chinny chin. After solving the puzzles, which made me question if I actually graduated from kindergarten, I was able to ascend to another dimensional plane and was set free. Well, you did it. The rat did not like your presence. You've escaped. Now you can leave that place, you're safe outside. Or, are you? It seems we are. That's all the games I'll be looking at for now. One of these games is obviously better than the others, but it's hard to find any horror game on this site scary. Roblox just has such a kid-friendly style, so it'll be difficult to actually make something that genuinely makes people feel afraid. At the end of the day, these are games made for kids, so I wasn't really expecting too much, and had some fun playing them, because I have the mental capacity of a 3-year-old. See you in the next video, gamers. Tog out.